I took Hurricane Katrina and the failure of the levees very hard. I was filled with pain and anger as I watched the coverage of the ineffectiveness of our response. I'm not from New Orleans. I had only visited the city twice, but New Orleans has a fond and important place in my heart. So later that fall, when a Kenyon College student organization announced a winter break trip to help with rebuilding, I signed up to go. And then I started to have doubts. Maybe I don't know enough about construction. Maybe I can't take the time off work. Maybe I won't fit in with the college kids. I told my wife I was wavering. "You should go," she said. "Yeah, but you should go." So I went. The first house we went to belonged to Mr. and Mrs. Gray, a retired African-American couple. It was a charming 3-story blue and white house. It had a tilt, which concerned us, but Mrs. Gray told us it was there before the flood. The first floor was mostly their garage, and we spent a long time hauling away the stuff people accumulate in garages, all now ruined in the flood. Some of those keepsakes were hard for us to take to the curb. "Don't you think we can save this? Or don't you want to keep that?" But Mrs. Gray had made her peace with it, and she was only thinking about where she was going. The second floor, their main living area, had come through the storm with minimal damage. But I will never forget what it's like to move a refrigerator which hasn't been opened in 4 months. Rachel was a student on our crew with an exceptional spatial sense. She walked us through where to stand, how to turn, how to lift the fridge so we could get it out the door, onto the fire escape, down the steps, and about halfway through the yard before the duct tape holding the door closed gave out. And when that tape took its last breath, I thought I might have taken mine too. At the end of the day, we were sweeping up, and Miss Vera from across the street came over to make sure we did it right, so that the next garbage run would take it all away. And I looked over, and Mrs. Gray had responded by going over to sweep Miss Vera's walk. And the next thing I know, there's 5 or 6 older black folks on this street which looked deserted when the bus dropped us off that morning, all cleaning up each other's yards, hugging and saying hello and checking in on each other, and on those not there. I came to New Orleans to fix houses, but I got to see a neighborhood start to heal.